My name is James Bridgeforth. I'm a young and very successful investor who has generated multiple tens of thousands of dollars investing in the stock and crypto markets. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down two $20 stocks that I truly believe could surpass your full-time income, and I also believe that they are going to perform amazing in the near future. So let's get straight into this video. Let's not mess around, but SoFi is going to be the first company that I'm going to talk about. It's sitting at a current price of $26.95, and it's up 88% over the last year, as it's been outperforming some of our major stocks such as Nvidia and some of our massive companies. See, over the last year, I remember when SoFi was sitting at around $12, and I was thinking to myself, this is a good opportunity to buy. But now we're at a price to where we see it sitting at $26.95, and you're probably thinking, if it's gone from $12 to $26, is there still room for me to get in? And that's why I'm making this video, where I'm going to be breaking down what price you should get in at and what future prices I could see this stock going to. Alright, so let's go ahead and pull up the charts on SoFi, and on this stock we are going to see that, like I said, it's sitting at $26.95. This is obviously also going to be in the pre-market. The markets have not opened yet, but if you clearly look, you can see a bullish pennant flag. This is a very bullish signal where basically you can see that the stock is going up, and then it forms a pennant flag, which is a bullish signal telling us that this stock could be going up in the upward direction in the near future. Now, some price predictions that I also have. So we see, when we look back at previous candlesticks, we can see that we also had an all-time high nearing around here, and this is going to be a resistance level for us, basically saying that the stock was not able to break through that level. It also acted as an all-time high at this point. And since it wasn't able to break through, this lets us know that this is going to be a resistance level in a key area that we need to break. So, since we have fallen under that area, that is still a resistance area where we need to break through. And after that, I believe that we will regain. We have another resistance level sitting at around $30, and then we also have our all-time highs sitting at around $32. So we get to this conclusion basically because we're at a 20-day moving average, which is a support level. I believe that we also have a bullish pennant flag letting us know that this stock should be moving up in the upward direction over the next couple of days, weeks, or months. And I believe that these are three key areas that we need to take over. We have the $28 mark, the $30 mark, and the $32 mark. I believe that this year, SoFi will be reaching its all-time highs, which is a great move for many investors to make, as this $20 stock is sitting at a good price for you to get in at. Now, obviously, this is not financial advice. This is all educational, but as we see, this is a good signal for us, especially on a stock that has been performing well over the last year. So if it's made 88% over the last year, we have to find little opportunities where we can start to build our position at, because I believe that SoFi is not a stock that's going to go away. I believe that SoFi is a stock that is here to stay for the near future, and I believe that this is a great buying opportunity to get in at. Maybe start dollar cost averaging. This isn't the greatest support level or the greatest buy opportunity, but it's definitely an opportunity to start building out your positions if you aren't in SoFi already. Now, let's say that we have some bearish news in the market. Let's say that we get hit with a major catalyst that we wouldn't be able to foresee. We could possibly be going down to our 50 EMA, our 100 EMA, or even our 200 EMA. Now, these are the worst cases. If we go to the 200 or 100, we must be in a recession. But if we touch this 50 EMA, because we clearly see that we're hovering around that 20 EMA, and if we break below that, which I'm not expecting, but we always have to be prepared. If we break below that and we go to our 50 EMA, this is the spot where you want to be loading up at. This is the spot where I'll be adding heavily to my position, knowing that this is a stock that's going to go back to its all-time highs at $33 per share. Now that we have just talked about SoFi, I'm going to move into our second stock, which is sitting at around $19.24 and is up 45% over the last year. Now, this is a stock that I truly love at this price, and it's going to be Lyft. Lyft is a great company because not only is it a transportation company, but they're starting to move forward into automated taxis, robo-taxis, the same thing that we see Tesla doing, where they're going to have automated self-driving vehicles taxiing people around from place to place, acting as a transportation company. Now, I truly believe that Tesla is the #1 player in the space at this moment. And then we also have Uber, and then we have Lyft, but we don't want to sleep on Lyft because I believe that they are going to be partnering with Waymo. Waymo is a company that is owned by Google, which already does automated self-driving vehicles, and Lyft is going to be partnering with Waymo in 2026 to provide this service to many of the residents in Nashville. This is obviously just a test run, but if it performs well, I believe that Lyft could start to expand and take over more market share in this area and truly reflect in the stock's price. Now, Lyft also had a great performance in Q3 of 2025, and I'm going to show you this article to exactly give you all of the details. If you take a look at this article, it says that Lyft reports record Q3 2025 financial reports. They recorded a gross booking of 4.8 billion, up 16% year over year, and then they also recorded revenue of 1.7 billion, up 11% year over year. Q3 record net income of 46.1 million compared to 12.4 million in Q3 2024. This is a massive jump from where we were. In 2024, they were at 12 million. Now we're at 46 million. This just shows that Lyft is not only a profitable company, but we're also showing that they're an innovative company. As they're partnering with Waymo, I believe that this is a stock that we should be looking at in the future. And now that it's sitting at $19, a little bit under 20, this is a great opportunity for many people to get in. And I'm going to show you this exactly in the charts. So as we pull up the chart on Lyft, we can see that it's sitting at our 100 and 200-day moving average. Our light blue and our darker blue sitting right in between there. We understand that these are great support levels because this is the average price that the stock has performed at over the 100 and 200 days, acting as a strongest level of support. So we also see that these are great buying opportunities and great prices because we're at those great support levels, because you want to buy low and sell high. Now, what is our most recent high? We can go to a strong resistance level, which is going to be at $23, which is, I believe, is our next price that we are going to hit. So we're sitting at 19. This stock is going to $23. After we break $23, our next price is going to be $30. Now, how did I get this information? If you look back at this candlestick at around $23, you can see that this clearly acts as a resistance level because the stock hit this price and was not able to break through. So now, once this stock breaks through that $23 range, we could possibly break through, retest, and then we will then fill the gap. So if you look right here, you can see that there's a massive gap between the $30 candle and the $23 candle. Every gap must fill. That is a key note that you must know when you are charting, when you're looking at stocks. Whenever you have a massive gap, every gap must fill. And if we understand that the gap is going to fill, then we know that this stock is headed back to $30 in the near future. Now, I'm not going to give you an exact time range of when this could hit this price. I'm just letting you know that it will hit this price. So if we're at $19 and we know for a fact that it's going to 30, then we can clearly chart this out and see that, okay, once we break 23, we could retest and head straight to 30. That is a great move from $19 to $30. I believe that these are two stocks that are going to perform well in the long run. These are long-term holds for me personally, because I look at Palantir as I was buying around $8 or $12 a share. And I understand that Wall Street, some of the greatest institutional investors, have not gotten into this spot yet. They haven't invested in these companies as heavily as other stocks like Palantir that were just sitting at around these prices as well. So when we have a stock that's undervalued, and I understand that the financials are continuing to grow and they're innovating, I believe that this is a stock that I want to hold for the long term. So I'm okay with buying it around $19, which is a great support level, knowing where this stock is heading in the future. So me personally, this is a great opportunity for me to buy sitting at around $19. Obviously, none of this is financial advice. This is strictly educational. I'm just telling you what I would do in this situation and how I'm going to be positioning myself so that I can continue to be profitable in the stock and crypto markets. Now, we're looking at these $20 companies. When I say that this could surpass your full-time job, I mean from the perspective that if you look at these support levels, you could also play options or leaps on this position. So if we want to put on a leap is basically where you buy contracts and you're going to sell it at a higher price. This is probably over 30 days or something like that. You want to set it out pretty far so that you have a good enough space for this to actually hit your price target. Now, if you put a good enough position, whether you want to buy shares or whether you want to buy options contracts or leaps, this is a great way for you to make money. The leaps and the option contracts will allow you to make higher percentages on your gains, but the contracts is a safer way to go, especially if you're looking at this as a long-term investment. So if you add enough position at the bottom, you will be able to supplement your income, especially for the month, maybe a couple of months, or even a year if you are able to load up at a good enough price. And this is going to be a stock that I'm not going to sell at $30, but I'm going to hold beyond that because I believe that the momentum will push it past this point. Now, if you learned anything new in this video, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, turn on that post notification bell so you never miss an update, and I'll see you guys in the next video.